John, thanks to be there. And can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, so, well, you already have so wonderfully. I'm John Coleman. I'm the Professor of Phonetics at the University of Oxford, and I was the principal investigator on the project that I've just been describing to carry out, to develop the spoken part of the British National Corpus. We've recovered the original recordings that were made in the 1990s for the spoken part of the British National Corpus. And in the last couple of years, we have been using speech recognition technology, forced alignment, to align our transcriptions with the original audio material.
How many words in British National Corpus spoken part?
Well, the text transcription that's already been published many years ago has 10 million words of speech transcribed, but the audio recordings that we have, those that remain, enumerate only about 7.5 million words. So it's 2 or 3 months worth of recordings if one were to listen to all of them. And
can you describe what exactly you do in this program?
In the program, well, what exactly we do.
I hope you're rocking, isn't it?
Yes. Well, so a large part of what we do is simply data management. It's getting the tapes digitized and transferring them to a place where we can use them in our lab, and then we use a distributed network of computers. Essentially, we have 12 computers in the lab that are people's general office computers. They're quite good computers. They're quad-core machines. And so we use 2 of the 4 cores in each machine, so 24 cores, to run forced alignment algorithms to simply match the textual transcriptions word by word to the sound recordings. This gives us as a byproduct or a derivative the individual phonemes of the transcriptions. But that's the final product. In order to get there, there's a lot of day-to-day work. So, for instance, the forced alignment requires a pronouncing dictionary. And there are a number of electronic pronouncing dictionaries that we use, but none of them contain all of the words that are in the BNC, because the BNC data is very vernacular, ordinary spoken language. It contains a large number of transcribed words, which aren't words at all really in the dictionary sense. Every noise, every sound has been transcribed, and they don't always have transcriptions in the dictionary. And there are personal names and place names and material like that for which the dictionaries don't have a transcript. So some of our work has been old-fashioned phonological transcription work, trying to fill in transcriptions for the missing data. And then another source of missing data is we have problems when the audio contains spoken material that was never transcribed in the first place. And so there doing the alignment is very difficult. Having obtained an alignment, it's not always perfect. In fact, it's never perfect. It's far from perfect. It may be good enough in some places and bad in others, and we try to refine it. And then finally, before we can publish the material, it is a requirement that it's anonymized. The textual transcription has every person's name, addresses, telephone numbers, that kind of personal information has all been redacted from the text transcriptions. And so we're having to use the alignment to the audio to find the corresponding portions of the audio so that they can be muted before we can publish the audio. Now, we can automatically find those regions, but because the alignment isn't perfect, we have to check them all. We have checked them all. There are more than 18,000 portions of the corpus that have to be anonymized, and that meant someone listening to each one and saying, yes, that's well aligned, no, that's not well aligned. The well aligned data we can now publish. The data that's not very well aligned, the gaps that need to be anonymized but where it's not aligned properly, we're going to have to go through that again. This is still ongoing work, and find those portions and check the anonymization, carry it out manually. Yeah, so it's a lot of digging,
Yeah.